Good afternoon. Actually, I have to start by saying I'm humbled by just the sheer gravitas of the panel and the fact that I'm invited to be part of it. So thank you very much, Legislator Szilagyi, and all of the people that have put together this program. Redistricting is something that is near and dear to the community of Elmont. Maybe not dear, but certainly near. And as I was sitting listening, and I was taking some notes, and the one that struck me the most was the fact that sometimes you are so taken up by the immediacy of an issue that you don't even take care of your health. That's just the way it is. So my subject today, something called gerrymandering, is as esoteric a subject as one can probably imagine. But it's important. I think I would suggest to you that it's probably one of the more important issues that we can discuss here today. Because all of the pieces, all of the separate issues that we've spoken about so far, whether it be education, public health, policing, all of these things are impacted at some level by the issue of gerrymandering. Now, Mr. Szilagyi alluded to the fact that we fought to stop the building of a 25,000 seat soccer stadium in Elmont. Did you know that that 25,000 seat soccer stadium sits in an area of Elmont that has 3 senators? Who knew that? In order to actually do something for our community, as a community, we are hampered in significant ways because of how we are divided politically by politicians. The second thing that you may not know is that Mr. Szilagyi himself is the product of, in part, a major fight around the 2010 redistricting program. We sued the county. We ultimately won at the state level. And so Mr. Szilagyi's seat was a seat that is a result, a direct result, I would add, of that fight. The interesting thing about gerrymandering is that it doesn't affect the individual in a visible way. And that's in fact what's sinister about it. You see, no one is going to stop you from voting. And this, if there's nothing else that comes out of this simple message: gerrymandering does not affect your individual right to vote. If it did, we would be in the streets marching today. What it does affect is your community's ability to elect legislators and assembly people and so forth of the community's choice. Just, if nothing else, remember that. Because the fact that we are able to vote and that no one stops us from voting does not at all reflect on whether or not our community can elect the people we choose. Now, I know that we're pressed for time. There are all kinds of esoteric things that I can talk about, stacking, packing, and cracking, and so forth, but those are not important. I think the big important issue is to remember that you want to impact who represents you as a part of a community, and that gerrymandering is something that prevents that. Also, it's coming again. It happens every 10 years. And right now, our own county has a defective charter, a charter that was spoken about 10 years ago or 8 years ago. And it has not yet been fixed. So I would like you to join me as we begin the process of reminding our legislators that they need to address this issue, because if they don't, in 2021, we will be right back where we all started, and that is we'll be fighting to get seats for people that we want to represent us. So thank you very much.
Our staff has passed out some cards that you could please write a question, and I will read that question and ask that question. But I would like to hear from my colleagues if there are any additional concerns or points you'd like to raise or issues you would like to raise.